Yes, people, welcome back to another stream, and we got a game tomorrow, and you know what that means? It means it's press conference reaction time. All right,
I'm good, man. I'm good. I've seen some of the press conference quotes this time. I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I know a bit what's going on, but we'll share our thoughts with the people.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Pep Guardiola speaking ahead of tomorrow's game against Big Sam's Leeds United. Not a game I'm particularly looking forward to, but it is what it is. We've got to do it. We've got to get through it, and hopefully we'll get the 3 points, man. But yeah, we'll get it into it just a second. Big up to everyone in the chat already. Let's see who we've got here. We've got loads of extra club members here. We've got Rust Beard, Jen Jose, Carnival, Her Madness, Fraser, George, Charlotte, Carnival, Her Madness, Blue, something in Greek, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Marco B, Guatam, Aiden, Zeno, Jared, Arvida Zane, Des Doyle, Tyrese, Clinical, Thunder God, and many, many more. Can't go through everyone. Sorry. But I appreciate all you guys. Want to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like on the channel. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Try and get us to 75k, which, by the way, we're very close to. We are very, very close now. We're like 400 subscribers away. So if you've not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to help support the channel, you can become a YouTube channel member. Link is in the description. I'll like it as the pinned comment now. But yeah, bro, I'm feeling like I've got positive energy, but like it's nervous. It's coming from nerves. You know, like against West Ham, my energy, my nervous energy was nervous. You know, I was nervous going into the game. I'm nervous, but as you can see, I'm radiating this energy. So, but this all comes from nerves, right? So I'm just saying, innit? I'm feeling. Don't get twisted. I ain't gassed for this game. I'm so proper nervous and that, but it's coming out in a positive light. How you feeling, Bray?
It's because you've been here before, isn't it? It's because you know what these games are like. You know what this stage of the season is like. That's what it is.
XP, innit? I got that XP.
Yeah, man. Man's experience. He's an old dog in this game now. He knows what these games are like. We ain't overlooking no leads. We ain't overlooking
prestige, bro. I got that prestige.
Big KD, all that kind of thing. He's well in the game. So yeah, man. I'm nervous too. Of course I am, but I just feel good about this team right now.
Yeah, me too. Well, let's get into some of these. In fact, I'm going to bring them up. I don't normally do this when we do the press conference, but I'm going to bring them up on screen so people can see the comments, man.
Ooh.
That's not it. Right, here we go. First of all, have you seen this? Sam Allardyce saying that he could challenge for the treble if he was in charge at Manchester City. You fancy Sam Allardyce as next Manchester City manager, bro, after Pep Guardiola. What are you saying? Would you take that?
I back it, man. I back it. I think Big Sam can take on the world.
Yes. Okay. Chat. What are you saying? Are we accepting this? Are we accepting this as a deal after Pep Guardiola? You want to see Big Sam? You want to see Big Sam or not?
We probably shouldn't mean this just the day before we play him.
Yeah. Absolutely. True. Well done, bro. what a save. Yeah, you know what? Now I think he's a top coach, man. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Leeds got a result yet tomorrow because he's a top manager, top coach. And I think he should be in the running for Manchester City manager after Pep Guardiola. I really do. No cap, Brad.
Tell you what, man, he gets them safe. They can go for a treble next season. Keep them safe this season. Leeds for a treble next season. Watch out for them. They're a problem.
All I'm seeing here is Leicester City, bro. Going from relegation battle to Premier League title winners, bro. And that's all down to the man, Sam Allardyce. He's not even played a game yet. And I'm already getting this confidence, this radiation of positive vibes towards Leeds United, bro. Serious. Big save, by the way. Big save, because I was about to meme the fuck out of it. Right, let's stop mucking around. People have come here on the lunch break to hear what's gone on in the press conference. So we need to give the people what they need. As you can see here, Pep Guardiola saying Kevin De Bruyne trained good yesterday, but will be assessed today ahead of the game tomorrow. So I guess they've got another training session this afternoon. He's already trained at least once, I believe twice. And Pep Guardiola said he trained good. And then he also went on to say this. He said, losing just 1 week or 10 days is not a problem. It's the same thing that happened with Nathan Ake. If he's fit, he will play. When he's fit, he's training. He's training today. I'd play him, bro. I'd play him. Is there any concerns, bro? Is there any concerns that maybe we shouldn't play him, given the fact we've got Real Madrid on Tuesday?
Nah. I think if anything, it's a better idea to play him and get him those minutes back in his legs, get his sharpness a little bit back up. I mean, we saw with Nathan Ake the other night that one or two little small things he was probably lacking just on the defensive side of things, maybe because he'd been out for a week or two, he'd missed 2 or 3 games, whatever it was. So get De Bruyne the minutes back in his legs, get some of that rust off, get him a feel for it again. I know he's not been out for long, but you know, at the elite level of sport, these finer details do matter. I think he's fine. I think he's calm, and Pep is just basically trying not to let the big dog, Big Sam, know what's going on and whether he's gonna have to prepare for De Bruyne or not. So I think you play, man. I think you'll full send De Bruyne. I think if the game's dead by 60 minutes, 70 minutes, please God, you take him off and you bring Alvarez on for that position. That would be a great day's work for me, Kevin De Bruyne-wise. 60, 70 minutes, turn your focus to Madrid, lad.
Yeah, I think, because there are people who are like, nah, start him, give him 60 minutes. And then there are people who say, no, we should start on the bench and give him the last 30 minutes. My point is, though, I think if he can't play 60 minutes against Leeds on Saturday, can he really play 90 minutes against Real Madrid on Tuesday? Right? That's the point I'm trying to make. So for me, I'd probably give him 60 minutes, against Leeds, take him off, and then play him the full 90 minutes against Real Madrid. I think if you give him 30 minutes, 20 minutes against Leeds United, you know, hopefully by the time he comes on, the game will be done anyway. Not necessarily, but hopefully. Then is he really going to get much out of that? I don't particularly think so. And as Pep Guardiola already said here about Ake, you don't really lose that much anything really if you're only out for a week or 10 days. It's like when you go to the gym, man. You're lifting weights. You don't go for a week. You go back. You lift exactly the same weights, man. You don't just start dropping fucking strength within a week. You know what I mean? It's the same with the sort of fitness levels. It's more when you get to 2, 3, 4 weeks that it starts to happen. So for me, I'd just be whacking him in, and I'd be giving him 60 minutes, 100%.
Well, we need him. We're not in a position where we can rest De Bruyne like we'll perfectly find out him. It seemed like Leeds that we're going to have to break down. We need De Bruyne. He's the best player for breaking teams down, so going to have to full send him if he's fit. If he's had 2 good training sessions, yeah, man, go for it. Why not?
Yeah, I agree. Pep Guardiola said, no real surprise. Leeds, it's going to be a massive, massive important game, which we already know. He said, I saw the Man City team really tired yesterday, so I have to see how they've recovered today, which isn't the best news. Obviously, not really surprising. It was the day after a match and the day after, you know, a hectic two weeks or whatever. You know, another day today, maybe a lighter training session ahead of tomorrow's game. It's really starting to mount up now. These games are really starting to mount up. I wonder is there a chance that Calvin Phillips can play in this game, bro? Because it's his former team. He was super smiling against West Ham when he come on the other day. He looked to me, I don't know what you think, he looked to me like he trimmed down a little bit as well when he come on against West Ham. Do you reckon that could be a potential change that Pep Guardiola could make tomorrow? We're at home as well, probably make it a little bit easier.
I think he's going to do it. I think Calvin Phillips will start this game. Free up my guy Calvin, first of all. I love that guy, but I don't know, man. He seemed like too happy of a guy coming on the pitch against West Ham to be saying, "Oh, this is my last 3 minutes of the whole season for Manchester City." Against his old club, his boyhood club Leeds. I'm sure he'd love to get the opportunity to play against them. And Pep Guardiola is known for this kind of thing. This stage of the season, I don't know, was he holding Phillips back for a while, letting Phillips train, and then bam, you throw him in for a game where Rodri does need the rest. I think it's less so on the basis that we're giving Calvin Phillips an opportunity, and more so on the basis that Rodri's tired, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Rodri looks tired to me, and even when he's tired, he still looks excellent. He was very good against West Ham. He was decent against Fulham, but he doesn't look like he lost possession once or twice, just sloppily, which was very unlike him. So I think he could do with the rest. I want Rodri as fit as possible. Bernabeu on Tuesday, Wednesday, and with Calvin Phillips there, I think it's fine because if De Bruyne plays, we should still have that midfield dominance, that midfield creativity. So it's an opportunity as much as it is a chance to rest Rodri. I think the way he spoke about Calvin Phillips, I know there's more quotes. I think he's going to play.
What do you think about this comment?
You know, Phillips, if you're actually serious of winning games, I really don't get this, man. I don't get why people dislike Calvin Phillips so much, man. He's had a really tough run this year, a really tough run. I get it that when he's played, he hasn't looked like Rodri, but there's not many players in the world you're going to bring in and have the same impact as Rodri. Even look at Rodri when he first arrived. He was not Rodri that we see right now. Rodri used to do my head in his first season in that double pivot with Gundo. It takes a lot of time to get up to the level required to play for Manchester City that Rodri's at. Calvin Phillips, he's been stuck with injury. He's found it hard to get in the team because every game is must win, and Rodri is absolutely slamming it. I don't want to write off Calvin Phillips for 1 second. And his comments in the last week suggest he wants to stay. And the quotes that he's given would suggest that Pep Guardiola has given him indication that there is possibility he can play in the future. Calvin Phillips is ambitious, and I think he's a good player, so I have no issue with him playing.
Yeah, no, me neither, bro. Well, I don't know. I don't even know how I think about it anymore, to be honest with you. I'm just in that situation now where just if he does play, I just hope he doesn't shit the bed, which, you know, I back him not to do. And he does look like he's trimmed down. I actually thought in the game that he come on against, who did he come on against? He played, maybe come on against Sheffield United. I know it was only a few minutes or whatever, but I thought he looked okay there. Interesting comment here from Carnivore, which might need some explaining. What is the point of starting Calvin and KDB against Leeds? I don't understand your thinking. Kill off the game, then bring in Calvin. Leeds are less dangerous. So the different situations. So Kevin De Bruyne has been injured for a week. So for me, I don't think that you need. He's basically had his rest now. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be rested against Leeds. He can play Leeds and play Real Madrid. Rodri could do with the game off, basically, is what we're saying. So it's completely different situations. Good question, but different situations. Right, okay,
I just want to add another point that if I can. I also think it's the perfect game for Phillips to play. If this was against, say, Liverpool or even Real Madrid, a more open game where it's more end-to-end Bayern Munich, I'd be saying, no, Calvin Phillips is not ready for that. But a Sam Allardyce-led Leeds team who will sit on the 18-yard box for the whole game and try to steal a point is a great opportunity for Calvin Phillips. His defensive duties won't be called upon as much as they would be in other games. So it's an opportunity for him to get a feel for playing beside De Bruyne, linking up passes and get involved in the forward play, which is something that he needed to improve on all along. I think this is the perfect game to give Rodri a rest and give Calvin Phillips a bit of an opportunity at the same time. If we want a future whereby we do have a second choice CDM, which we need, Rodri cannot play 60 games a season. We need a second choice, number 6. You need to be willing to give players opportunities. These aren't robots. They're not video game players. You can't spam Rodri every single week as great as he is. It's not possible. So you need to give these players opportunity. And I think this is one where Phillips should, I think.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Good debate anyway, that. Good debate. It'll probably be a debate that carries on until tomorrow, until we see the team news. He then goes on to say, I'll have to see how the players are, how they recover after just 3 days. My decision will be on their physical and mental state to play. The Premier League is so nice. We want to go 4 points above Arsenal and all focus is on tomorrow. And then he's asked about the treble, competing on multiple fronts. He said, one of the first times we're there, but the fact we play many games, we're used to it. What we've done, being here until the end, we've done. It's not a surprise. I admire my players. And then, of course, here, Calvin Phillips, as you said, speaking about it again, says, I'm pretty sure he's always ready. Every player is ready. Again, doctors, sports science do an incredible job this season to keep players fit, and we arrive at the end of the season to have almost all the players ready. He says everyone has to be ready. Everyone will be important, whether it's lots of minutes or a few minutes. So, what do we think on this one? He says, "I'm pretty sure he's always ready." Yeah, I mean, again, I think he could be. I think he could be playing, man. I genuinely think he could start the game, which would be. And you know what? If he starts the game, as you said. If we're to know whether or not Calvin Phillips is good enough, right? Because I don't make my judgment on Calvin Phillips based on what I've seen, because I've not seen, no one's seen enough of a Manchester City, even in a Manchester City shirt, in my opinion, to say he's good enough or he's not good enough, right? So the only way you can really make a judgment is just based off what maybe you've seen previously before City, or based on the fact that it appears that he's not good enough based on the lack of minutes that Pep Guardiola's giving him. Given the player. For me, I completely agree. There's only one way. There's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out if this guy can cut the mustard at this football club, and that's just throw him in the deep end, man. And when you say throw him in the deep end, you throw him in against a team who's a relegation battle team. So I think this is the moment, guys. I think this is the moment we've been waiting for. I think Calvin Phillips, man. I think time soon come. And I think it's tomorrow.
I'm buzzing for it if it happens, because I really like Calvin Phillips. Even before I met him and all that kind of joke, I always said to you all season, I loved him when he played for England. I really liked him when he played for Leeds. I always thought he was a really good footballer, and he was really assured. It's like he backs his ability. He's able to control the middle of the field, which is something that I wasn't able to say for Alvarez. I said that about Alvarez in the last week. I don't think he can control the midfield. I think Calvin Phillips can when he's feeling confident. Some players do rely on confidence, and they need consistency to get their confidence up. So that's something that we just need to be willing to give Calvin Phillips. It's about opportunity. It's about giving him a chance. Like I said, I'll go over it. You can't spam Rodri for 60 games a season. We need a second choice. Number 6, we spent 50 million on Calvin Phillips. May as well give him at least half decent opportunity. And I think this is the perfect one. I don't think Pep would have said that if he wasn't going to play Phillips. I think if he didn't plan on playing Phillips, he would have said something like, "Oh, he's not ready," or "We're assessing our options." The fact that he said he's always ready suggests to me that he's going to go along the lines of what we're saying. He'll rest Rodri and he'll give Calvin Phillips. We do have to think slightly longer term. By the time we get to the Bernabeu, I don't want to have looked back on a Leeds game where Rodri played 90 minutes and say he's looking even more tired. That would have me shaky going to Madrid. I'd rather know that Rodri had the weekend off and we gave Phillips an opportunity. He slams it or he doesn't slam it, and that's what happens. We need to give players opportunity. You can't just batten down the hatches on players because they haven't banged in the first year. How many players come to our club and they frustrate the life out of us? Rodri, Grealish, Mahrez, these kind of players in their very first season, Stones, in their very first season, their first period of the club, they don't look like the players they are now. You had to be patient with players adapting to a Pep Guardiola system, and it's no different for Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And obviously, look at you can all see the comment on screen about Rodri. We will see today. We'll see the training session, talk to a few players, and we will see. So, bro, okay, Casio. I think about seeing some Calvin Phillips, man. Is this his like competitive debut in terms of like a start? Has he ever started for us before, bro? In the Prem?
Did he not start Sheffield United? No.
In the Prem, innit?
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
That's crazy. No way. I'm actually
because the only one Rodri didn't start, Gundogan started as a 6.
Yeah. Nah, he's never started. I don't think he's ever started a game for us. Oh, no, he did. He started Bristol City away. We won that 3-0. That's chilling. Oh, I think he started Southampton away. We lost that 2-0. And he started the Barcelona game, I think. I think that's where he got injured, right? So, I'm pretty excited, man. I'm excited about this. Who else is excited in the chat? This is exciting times.
I'm gassed, bro. I'm gassed. I've
always
always got
as well, isn't it?
I've always got a lot of time for players. I know we joke about the fact that I met him there the other week, but I've always got a lot of time for players who seem like really good people. And this guy makes such an effort off the pitch to be involved in the club, to get to know the fans, to be involved with the fans, and just be fully embraced and immersed in Manchester City culture. He's really done that. So I want to give him the opportunity. I want to give him the leeway. I want to see players like that do well. I won't name drop, but other players weren't willing to give us the time of day the other week. Calvin Phillips, he was there. He was ready to sit there all day, sign shirts, take photos, whatever you want, ask questions, give questions. A nice guy. The same way you talk about Jack Grealish right now, all the things you see him doing off the pitch. I want players like that to do well. So for Calvin Phillips, I really hope he gets the opportunity, and I hope he takes it. I hope he has a future at this club, even if it is at a number 2 to Rodri. But as long as it's a trusted number 2 to Rodri, I'm perfectly happy with that. Let this guy challenge. Healthy competition is what keeps a squad thriving. This guy could be healthy competition for Rodri.
I agree. Well, big up Cornelius, man. Says most important run of matches for Manchester City in history. I mean, it's difficult to disagree, man. You know what I mean? If we win the games, we win the treble. I mean, that is history in the making. You know what I'm saying? So, you're probably right. I'm looking forward to seeing Calvin Phillips tomorrow if he starts. And you know what, as well, like, to be fair, he's had a lot of stick, right? You know, he's been joked about. You know what I mean? I don't think Pep Guardiola. I've got to say, I don't think Pep Guardiola has particularly helped the situation. You know, saying that he's overweight when he came back from training. However he meant it, probably wasn't the best thing to say. Having said that, in my opinion, there's also things that he's done himself, Calvin Phillips, that I was a bit disappointed about. I was a bit gutted that he didn't come back from the World Cup a bit sooner. And I know people like the club told them when to come back. Yeah, the club did tell them when to come back, but some players came back earlier than they were supposed to. Ake Laporte, I believe, came back earlier than they were supposed to. So players could come back earlier if they wanted to. So I was a bit disappointed in that. However, he's had a tough season. He's come in to, what is my opinion, the best centre defensive midfield player in the world in Rodri. So he was never going to get a lot of minutes to start with. Rodri's been absolutely incredible again this season. He's had an injury problem. He's found it difficult to fit into the team. He came back overweight, if you believe Pep Guardiola. So there have been problems. Hopefully now this is the start of the new era for Calvin Phillips. Basically, we've got the player 1 year late. But that's fine, because if he goes on and plays good football for us, I'm all good with that. You know what I mean? And you know, at the end of the day, people talking about players like Rice. Oh, we can give them Phillips. We can get Rice. That's all well and good. But if you don't need to do that, then don't do it. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be giving them Calvin Phillips, who's a £40 million player, £50 million player when he's on form. And you're going to still be spending 50, 60 million for Rice anyway. So if you don't need to do that, then don't do it. But maybe Calvin Phillips is not going to have that much football left to prove his worth to us and the manager. Hopefully it starts tomorrow, maybe. And we'll see what goes on. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I really, really am.
Even if we did go and get Declan Rice, there's no guarantee that he slams. And what happens if in his first season, you know, he doesn't fit in the way you would have liked really quickly, and he looks a bit like he's taking time to adjust? Do we go and say bin him off and go and get someone else as well? I think we need to really understand the level of footballing brain and adaptation it takes to get into a Pep Guardiola system and to understand it. Anybody who comes in will have to adjust their game. Erling Haaland has had to adjust his game. Jack Grealish has had to do it. Aguero had to adjust his game from being what he was before Pep to when Pep arrived. That's why he had a fake Pep for a while. Aguero came back overweight once, and Pep told him, "You're not playing for a while. Did you lose that?" There's certain requirements, certain things, and you need to take time to get used to before you can fit into this. So chill out on Calvin. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Big up to Ben, man, with a super chat. Says, I massively back Phillips if he'd be buzzing if he starts. And Sven says, if it's Calvin with the help of Stones in the middle, I'm chilling. I think that's a good point, actually. If he does come on and we play the inverted position where the player steps into the midfield, then that probably will help. That will probably help. So we'll see.
He's never had that support.
Look,
you know?
At the end of the day, it's a risk. No one knows. This is the thing that I was just saying. No one knows whether Calvin Phillips is going to be able to make it at Manchester City. But only time will tell, and we'll have to wait and see what the situation is there. We got a little bit more news on the Ederson situation. Says Ederson is ready to play like he was against West Ham. Tomorrow we will decide. So no real information there, but I assume he will. He will come back into the team. I mean, I'd be very surprised if Ederson didn't come back into the team tomorrow, bro. I mean, there's no reason for him not to come back into the team, innit?
Nah, he'll play. He'll play 100%.
I agree. And that was the end of the conference. Obviously, as you can see on the screen, the more information from the press conference comes out from the embargoed section later on tonight at 10:30. So make sure you follow City Xtra on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, so you can get the latest news as and when that drops. But yeah, look, I'm excited. I've got this nervous energy. I'm nervous about tomorrow. New manager bounce, Big Sam. I think they've done a pretty good job in getting Big Sam in there. The only question is it too late for them? Time will tell on that one. But I think tomorrow's going to be another tough game. another game where it might take us a while to break them down, and we just got to hope that we can get the job done. Because if we can, with Arsenal playing Newcastle at St James's Park on Sunday this weekend, and we spoke about this morning. This weekend is just huge, man. It really, really is. But it all starts tomorrow. We have to get the win. Like I said before, right? So you got 5 games left, 2 at home, 3 away. You win them 2 home games against Leeds and Chelsea, which in my opinion you should be doing. You can then draw 2 games out of your 3 away and just win one of them. You win the league.
Yeah, man. This is a potentially season-defining weekend. It will separate the title winners from the runners-up. So, listen, we just need to keep our calm, man. Like you said, it could be a game where it takes us a while to break them down. But we just need to stick to our game and hold our nerve, not get too frustrated when we can't break them down. I mean, the first half against West Ham, it looked like we weren't going to break them down, and it took a little moment of magic to get there. So, it's the same. It's the same thing. Stick to our game plan.
Yeah, 100%. Right then, people. The next time you'll see us on screen on a live stream will be tonight. We're going to be doing the main event, the main preview. We'll go through a starting 11 predictions, score predictions. We'll take a look at the Leeds team, how they might set up, have a little bit of a tactical insight into what's going to happen in the game. It's going to be a good one, man. So make sure you join us later on. The stream is already scheduled and it's got a redirect on right now. So after this stream ends, you'll automatically be redirected to the preview. Do us a favor, go over there and smash a like on it so the likes go up. Anything to say now, bro, until we go live later on?
Hold tight, Calvin, man. Hold tight, Calvin. Get behind him. Show support. If he gets the chance, if he does get the opportunity, get behind him and get behind the team. We need everybody on the same page pulling the right direction.
You know what as well, right? You invested in Calvin coin at the lows, man. You got them when no one else wanted to invest into Calvin coin. You went down to the City Academy, bro, and you was like, sign my shirt, Calvin. And I said, bro, you just devalued your shirt there. Now, if he plays tomorrow and has a good game, bro, you're going to the moon. You know what I mean? Them guys when you see on Twitter, they talk about Bitcoin and they do all the shit. And it's like, go to the moon. That's you, bro, with the Calvin coin, isn't it? You're going to be a rich man.
Bro, I do this. I see the future. I invested in Grealish stocks when they're really low. I have his match-worn shirt behind me. I invested in Grealish stocks when nobody wanted this guy. Get Grealish out. He's not good enough for Man City. He can't fit into a Pep system. Look at him now. Doubt me now. I'm saying the same about Calvin Phillips. I'm not saying that Calvin Phillips will ever overtake Rodri or he'll get to the level of consistency that Jack Grealish is at, but I think he'll be serviceable and able to play for a Manchester City team when called upon if Rodri needs a rest. I don't want another situation whereby Rodri has to play 60 games a season. Calvin, I think he's that guy.
He thinks he's that guy. Well, GG's, bro, on investing in Calvin coin early, innit? We'll see. Right, big up, people, and we'll be back later on with another stream. Make sure you join us for the preview. It's going to be a big one, and people will see you in the next one, man. See you in a bit.